Hey everybody, what's going on today? It's Mother's Day. I'm out here recording because the rain stopped for a while. The ground's still dry, but thunderstorms will be moving here in probably a couple hours. So it's not as bad as out here. It's probably 50 degrees. 50 degrees out here. So how you like my shirt? Look at that. How you like my shirt? Look at that. Look at that shirt. Yeah. What do you think about that? My life alert right there. So, pinned and pressed. Press that button there if anything happens. So, that's how bad it is. Gotta have a life alert. People think I wear it for the hell of it. Whatever. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. It's Sunday. It's May 9th. Mother's Day. Well, it's about 8:30 in the morning, I guess. May 9th, 2021. Just want to say happy Mother's to all the Mother's Day out there, to all the moms out there. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. So, yep. America the Beautiful. If I'm ever born again, I want to be born in America. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. You guys like my little police t-shirts because I support law enforcement. I'm in a neighborhood watch program over here where I live. Help the police. Got about a half dozen cameras around the house. Yeah, and it did catch a few instances, you know, crime's everywhere, but it happens, but not like every day. You know what I mean? A few months ago, some young teenager out there shooting a gun in front of my house, right on camera. I'm like, really, dude? I called dispatch up. I'm like, this kid must be 15 years old, maybe 14. He's shooting a 9mm up in the air. So I called the police. They came and looked at the camera video, and they found the bullet casings right by somebody's tire, right, you know, just a few feet away from where he was shooting it out on a skateboard. 14 or 15-year-old playing with guns. It's kind of scary. But lucky my camera picked it up and notified my phone, you know, because it does have microphones on it. It does pick up loud disturbances like that. It notifies my phone. If someone's yelling, arguing, shots fired, it notifies my phone and my Alexa. I hear Alexa say, you know, she'll come on there and say there's something detected in the front yard or wherever the camera is. That's pretty cool. And the night vision is pretty cool. They upgraded the night vision on them where it's like military. Everything's green. Everything turns to green, like a light green, like the military uses. So it's pretty cool. So yes, I do help the police out here because I think after you ride with them for a while, you know, you understand everything. But I did security work, and sometimes the event was so big they had police there. So a lot of police officers I met, they're pretty cool. I'm like, these guys, I mean, why is everybody downplaying these police officers? I mean, yes, there is a few bad ones, but you can't take it out on all of them. You know what I mean? Like if I got a couple of semi-trailers full of apples, there's going to be a couple bad apples in there. There's nothing I can do about it. So, but not all police officers are bad. Less than 1%. I mean, come on, really? Less than 1%, and you're going to sit there and take it out on all the police officers. It's crazy. Yeah, so there's a sign in my front yard that says police on it. You know, people come here if they have any issues, and if I think the police need to be called, I call the police. But, you know, I don't sit there and call the police all the time, only when something goes wrong. Because I told them, they know me. I said, if I see something out of the ordinary, I'm going to call you guys. So I call dispatch. If it's life-threatening, I'll call 911, but usually I call dispatch. So I call dispatch, and they know me. They know my address. They said, yeah, you're in the neighborhood watch. I said, yes, I am. So it's pretty cool. You know, I help the police. Been doing it for a while. For about I don't know, 5-6 years or so here. We got a cool police chief that he don't sit in the office all day. He actually patrols the neighborhoods like 90% of the time. I see him everywhere. Along the flood wall, he drives. He's everywhere. I'm telling you, he's doing a real good job. I'm telling you, I'm very pleased with our police chief out here. So his goal is to keep the crime level down, not up. He wants to keep it at a minimum. That means he's doing his job. You know what I mean? So he goes that extra mile to do things extra to make it happen. So that's what I like about it. Like this crime watch thing. A lot of city council members are in that. I'm not a city council member, but I'm in it. Got to pass a background check for that sign to be in the windows. They just don't give them signs to anybody. You got to pass like a background check, like a nationwide background check. So I passed it and they give me a sign. So yeah. So I'm not a hardened criminal killing people or, you know what I mean, like that. So I just got to, they run a background check and I pass the background check and they give me the sign in my window. So people see that sign, they'll say, okay, we're not going to mess around, you know what I mean? They're scattered out through the city. Not everybody has those signs, so, but there's a lot of them out there. That is not every house. It's like scattered through the whole city. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. You know, because all this gun violence nowadays, it's pathetic. I wake up my phone, I download that Citizens app, and you get alerts on your phone if anything's going on in your area where you live. You can put the mile radius of your house, your location, and it alerts your phone like a shooting or stuff like that, a fire or something serious. I mean, a bad wreck. It alerts your phone. It gives you the area, what's going on. Like woman with a knife, you know what I mean? It gives you the area they're in with a knife, or shots fired, or somebody running from the police or whatever with a gun or a knife or something like that. You know, it alerts your phone. And you can set up in a certain mile radius of your location, like 3 miles, 4 miles, 10 miles, or whatever. I wake up every morning, alerts on my phone. Shots fired. Shot spot. You know, they call it Shot Spotter. Where, you know, they get these little things up on telephone poles and there's shots fired. It knows the location. Like that every day. Not around here, but in Cincinnati. They'll have on there, like, because I'm real close to Cincinnati. It could be like 3 miles from here. It's like shots fired, or somebody with a knife, or somebody running from a police chase, or a fire, or something like that. It's called Citizens app. Download it on your phone. You'll see. It alerts you in your area when something's going on in your area. You can put down the mile radius, like I said, like 5 miles, 10 miles, 3 miles, 2 miles, and alert your phone like a text on your phone. It's like a text, but it comes up, you know, a little message on your phone saying shots fired, or police on the scene of a robbery, or something like that. You know what I mean? But every day I usually get a bunch of them on there. It's like, wow. Yeah, whew, wow. All these people shooting each other. I just can't believe it. Yeah. And I call these churches up and say, hey, we need prayers, man. These people are killing each other. They said, yeah, we're sign of times. We're in our final days. And I said, yeah, you know that. You're about right. You know what I mean? You know, all these active shooters going around the grocery stores and parking lots and FedEx buildings. It's like, oh my God. Definitely a sign of times, I guess. All we can do is pray. You know what I mean? Can't do that to people. I mean, I don't understand. People need some mental help, or the gun's in the wrong hands. You know, Cincinnati police put a thing on their Facebook page. People are leaving guns in their cars and they're busting the windows out and taking them. They said guns in your car is not a safe place, especially overnight when you're sleeping. They're just busting the windows out and taking the guns out of people's cars. So that's how it is. You know, too many guns. Convicted felons having guns. And that's why when they get charged with a crime and they're a convicted felon, they do a weapons under disability charge. I think it's like 5 years separately in prison. So if they rob a bank, say they get 20 years for the robbery, they'll have to do 5 years separate from that for the gun they used. In some cases, they'll have to do federal charges first, then state. They can face 40 or 50 years because they'll have to do it. It all depends on the feds, but the state crime and a federal crime, they can end up doing 50 years for robbing a bank. I seen a guy one time, he said this guy out of prison for robbing a bank. So how many years did you do? He's like, he said 45 years or something like that. I said, did you get any money? He's like, no. I said, was it worth it? He said, hell no, it wasn't worth it. I guess I wasted 45 years of my life. I said, wow. He said, all we got was dye bags and they all blew up, they exploded. So it's not worth it, is it? 45 years of your life taken away for dye bags that exploded, and you had to do state and federal time? 45 years of your life wasted. Yeah, that's a long time. Dude was like in his 60s, 65 when he got out. He was in his 20s when he got to prison. I'm like, wow. You're retired now. Come in as a young 20-some-year-old and come out like retired. You know what I mean? It's crazy out there. But yeah, everybody have a good Mother's Day today. So, feels a lot better this morning than it did yesterday morning. But it looks like rain's going to move right back in here soon. So, I'm going to hop off here. You guys have a lovely Mother's Day. Hope everybody's feeling good today. I'm out here. I got my pulse meter on, and I took my blood pressure medicine like 30 minutes ago. And I'll take my beta blocker here about 11:15 or so, 11:30. Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes 11, 10:30. It all depends how my pulse rate is. Every day's different. You know, every day my pulse is different, believe it or not. But usually it's been tacky lately. I'm out here and my pulse is 71. And it jumps to 71. It's been below 100 this morning. Usually it's over 100. That's walking, moving around. And there's days when I first get up, go to the bathroom, it's 140, 150. Just walking to the bathroom. People say, oh, that's normal, you're exercising. When you're walking to the bathroom, that's not exercising, I'm sorry. They want your pulse rate to be 60 to 100 beats per minute, around that area. And it says on the website, if your pulse rate is 120 or more, to go to the hospital. What sucks about it, when you go to the hospital over here with that pulse rate, it's anxiety, and you walk right out of there, they don't even treat it. They refuse to treat it. That's what they do. They blame it on heart problems on anxiety now. Yep. So, my doctor told me to stay away from certain hospitals. He said, after you've been there 9 times and they blew you off, wouldn't treat you. I said, no, they didn't treat it. I walked in with high blood pressure and high pulse rate. I'm talking high. Now, I'm not talking 120 pulse. I'm talking 200 pulse. Blood pressure, I'm talking 200 over 180. They looked at it, said, they looked at my chart, tagged me, they got me flagged in there, tagged as anxiety in my computer, in their computer over there. It's anxiety, it'll go down. We're going to go ahead and send you home. So they blew me off 9 times that way at the hospital. 9 times within 3 months. So my insurance company calls. Why are you getting rushed to the hospital over anxiety? I explained to him it's not anxiety, it's inappropriate sinus tachycardia, where your pulse is like out of control, up, real high all the time. Regardless of what you're doing, sitting down, laying down, sleeping, high pulse rate for no reason at all. That's why they call it inappropriate. She said, okay. So now they're concerned. They did EKGs at the hospital, several of them. Over that 9-week period or 3-month period, they took maybe a dozen of them, okay? They took one when I got there, and they took one when I left sometimes. They said they look fine. But my cardiologist, they're in the same network as the hospital, he looked at them, he said, no, they're not fine. It tells you about that hospital, what's really going on. When the hospital says, everything looks fine. They took blood work at the hospital all those times. And they said, everything looks fine, but my cardiologist said, this is low, this is high, and my blood work, but the hospital didn't tell me none of that. Everything looks fine in the hospital. Cardiologist says, this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high on your blood work. Hospital said, nope, everything looks fine. They blew me off. They lied to me about my blood work and my EKG, and refused to treat the blood pressure and the high pulse rate. Years ago, I was there with a high blood pressure, and they gave me a water pill, and it wasn't that high like it was before, just like borderline high, and they gave me like a water pill. And I sat there until the blood pressure went down. They monitored me. Then I went home. Now it's like they just blow you off. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't know what's going on nowadays. It's like, what? Anyway, my doctor called after all them visits. She goes, we're going to send an anxiety specialist to your house. And I'm like, what? It's not anxiety. She goes, what is it? Inappropriate sinus tachycardia. She said, what's that? The doctor comes here. It's not really a doctor. They're like it's like a nurse practitioner, I guess. A lot of them don't even know what that is. And I had another nurse come over here, check up on me weekly. She had me down as having anxiety in the computer, and she seen me wear a heart monitor. When I had one of them episodes, she's like, oh, it's just anxiety, relax, relax. It's not anxiety. Well, what is it? Inappropriate sinus tachycardia. I said, look at this. I'm wearing a heart monitor for 30 days. She said, okay. I said, it's not for anxiety, it's for a heart rhythm problem. She goes, what is it? And I told her, inappropriate sinus tachycardia. So the whole situation, this anxiety gone way out of control, blown way out of proportion. So that's like you having diabetes, and they said, no, it's cancer. You know what I mean? Well, I thought they said diabetes. No, it's cancer. Or you got to go in there with a broken foot, and they said, no, you got a broken nose. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're blowing it off on something else, especially during this pandemic. I understand these hospitals got blown up and they're getting tired. And I'm thinking that's why they blow everybody off and blame everything on anxiety just to get them out of there. You know what I mean? Because they said they wanted to keep that emergency room empty during this pandemic. We want COVID patients. We don't want anything else. And they blow everything off as for anxiety. It's just, I think it's just crazy. Crazy. But yeah, you guys have a great Mother's Day. I'm going to hop off here. It's starting to sprinkle. Alrighty? Please like and comment and subscribe. Much appreciated. I thank you for all your support. I really do. Happy Mother's Day. Bye now.